doing okay, that everyone is at their homes, that you're doing your part while doctors and nurses are doing their part. I want to start reflecting and this whole coronavirus thing, because this virus is here to stay. And this isn't like a country thing, this is a global thing, and we need to stay together in this situation, all the world. Also, we need to start reflecting and thinking what we have done to the world. We have destroyed natural resources, we have destroyed animals, we have destroyed a lot of things, and we don't even realize that also it affects us, because the world is also our home. So I hope after all this pandemic thing, you will start reflecting and you will start thinking that we're only one and this is our only home, and we need to start taking care of it. And it's not too late to start taking care of it. We can change a lot of things. So I'm going to start. As you can see, I am at my house, but this will not stop me of giving you our latest news on social media as YouTubers, influencers, and Instagrammers. Well, let's start with Kylie Jenner. Everyone knows Kylie Jenner by their beautiful body and face, that she owns a brand called Kylie Cosmetic, that it's one of the most famous makeup brands that I have ever seen, and that she's an amazing and wonderful woman. Well, she bought a house of $39,000 in the last week, and this is like the example of a businesswoman that can be a mother, that can be an influencer. And well, Kylie Jenner, it's multitask. She does everything, and well, she's iconic and she's so beautiful. I think that every girl wants to be like her. Includes me, because she's so beautiful. She has a great sense of humor, and well, she owns like one of the best brands of makeup that I have ever seen, and I've tried the products and they're amazing. And well, who don't remember the British band that started in 2010 that it's called One Direction? One Direction was a hit in 2011, 2012, 2013 until 2015, that they decided to stay away from each other. And well, we have a Liam Payne, one of the boy band's member, announced that for the 10-year anniversary of the band, it will be a collaboration. It doesn't confirm us that they will get together and start a tour. It will not confirm us, but that it will be a collaboration for the 10-year anniversary. It will be a collaboration. I'm so excited because I was a Directioner, and well, I hope that it's a music video, it's a song, I don't know, but I hope that it will be cool. I hope that it will be cool. So remember that One Direction started at the X Factor at a British concert, and then in 2011, 2012, boom, a hit. So we all remember all the great moments that they gave to us, and well, I hope that they're doing okay, and I hope that all gets well, and we will wait your surprise, okay? In another news, talking also about the pandemic, Google and Instagram donated a lot of thousands of dollars for the coronavirus pandemic. These are the news that I like to tell, because these are good news, that things that Instagram and Google gave money and try to help in the way that they can, that everyone should try to help in the way that we can. And jumping on social media again, Hailey Bieber gave us an interview that she says that social media hasn't been easy for her, as well as Justin Bieber. That's why they haven't been so active lately, because social media has been so difficult. And well, I totally get them, because being in social media isn't so easy. You're in the eye of the public. Everything you do, right or wrong, will appear in every place, in every platform. Jonas Brother will surprise us with a documental. I hope that all the Jonas Brother fans are excited as we are, and we will wait your document. And talking about Latinos, Shakira had made a degree at the University of Columbia, and try to imagine that University of Columbia is one of the best of the United States, and she made a degree. So she is like also the biggest example of a businesswoman. She's a mother, she is a singer, and she also made a degree, have time to make a degree at the University of Columbia. And don't forget the past presentation at the Super Bowl, that it was amazing with Jennifer Lopez. And the last but not least, Michael Bublé sang for the first time with his daughter, and it was so beautiful, so beautiful. Well, thank you, and I hope you have a great day, and see you soon.
Hello everyone, thank you very much Marianne for such important reflection of this virus and the consequences to this world, and such as incredible news. My name is Emiliano Chavez, and also from my house I will talk about important information about the economy. Today I'm going to tell you what is happening with the economy, with the world economy. I will start with a statement that the United Nations said, in which it indicated that it hoped that if the measures to stop COVID-19 were not extended too long, the economy impact will be less than caused by the financial crisis in 2009, in which the world economy was reduced by 1.7%. In the worst case, it would decrease 0.7% instead of increasing 2.5%, according to a study of the United Nations Department of Economy and Social Affairs. But what is the world economy and how this affects me? Well, don't be afraid, I will respond all these questions. The world economy is not too complicated to understand. It is the economy of all humans in the world, considered as the international exchange of goods and services that is expressed in monetary units of account. 81% of the worldwide are permanently or totally closed as a consequence of this pandemic. This affects 3,300 millions of persons in the world. And one of the sectors that will receive the strongest impact is obviously services, especially to retail commerce, leisure, and social services, recreational activities, and transport services. All of these together are more than a quarter jobs in the world. These companies will lose income, then will be employment, then will generate the services in supply and demand. Everything is in hands of our rulers and the fiscal measures they implement. Tourism will drop dramatically, and all this can lead to the government stopping investing in public works, but the opposite is needed. Increasing investment to contain the pandemic and support consumption is needed. Furthermore, the study highlights that low-skilled people in the service sector are not prepared to survive 3 months without payment. It could increase poverty on a large scale. Given this, it is important to see for others, and that our leaders make good decisions. Ambitious and urgent political measures are needed. Now, I will talk about a little bit about the projections that we have from the International Monetary Fund. Global economic growth this year will be strongly negative, and by 2021 there will only be a partial recovery, and 195 millions of jobs will be lost in 3 months due to alarming prevention of this virus. And it is important to think about the most vulnerable economies, because they are the ones that receive a large part of the economic impact caused by this pandemic. International investors abandon the emerging markets that represent 60% of the world economy, according to the IMF. A slowdown in developing countries translates to a slowdown in all the planet. The pandemic comforts developing countries with a public health emergency combined with an economic crisis, and each aggravates the effects of each other. Most economists assume that we have already a global recession. People who live day to day, who must support their loved ones, who are in debt, simply have not had a chance to improve their economy, will suffer the brunt of this. So I would like to emphasize and support as much as possible this. Thank you very much for your attention. We pass with more news.
Hi, my name is Guillermo, and we are with another news. We continue with the weather channel. We will start in this time with the most important news of the climate, and finally, we will see the weather of this week. The most important news on this month will be the first one. The European Commission's EC has introduced the European Climate Law, which legally sets 2050 as the deadline for decarbonizing the Europe economy, but doesn't revise upward the current target for 2030 or require each country to achieve climate neutrality in the middle of the century. This means that we need to stop the product of emission of some gases that affect the climate. This means that we need to decarbonize every state or every country with the deadline of 2050 of the law of the European climate. The president says that the commission proposed the legally binding zero greenhouse gas emission target for 2050. This notes that the proposal, which stressed that Europe institutions and member states are collectively required to take the necessary measure to achieve this target of the European climate law. With any other good news, it is certain that the coronavirus crisis is reducing pollution and emission of NO2 and CO2 because of the economy that has been decreasing on these months. Recently, the World Meteorological Organization (WMO) warned that reducing emissions as a result of the economic crisis caused by coronavirus are not a substitute for action against climate change. This means that we don't have to be secure of the coronavirus crisis that is going to change the climate change. We need to achieve the climate change and help any other climate of each country, and we're going to take some necessary and legally things that is going to help the climate change. WMO's Global Atmospheric Surveillance System, Global Atmospheric Watch, coordinates that in a long-term observation of concentration of gases on a planetary scale represents what remains in the atmosphere for centuries after the system of interaction between the atmosphere, the biosphere, the lithosphere, and the cryosphere and the oceans. As WMO says, that beyond a timely improvement in pollution levels, against climate change is a bottom race, and we must be committed in the short, medium, and long term to change this problem. And finally, the climate numbers of Chihuahua in this weather channel. This Sunday is with 33 grades with high level of clouds, and in all the week of 27th of April to 3 of May, start with Monday with 35 grades maximum with a cloudy and sunny day. On Tuesday and Wednesday will be a 35 degrees with sunny day, and in Thursday and Friday is more sun than cloud. But in important news, on Friday will shower. This means that it's going to be a rainy day, but as at all cloudy. Both days, Thursday and Friday, will be with a 34 grades maximum. My name is Guillermo, and this is the Weather Channel.
So today in the politics section, we're going to talk about Trump's new plan to increase the economy, and also it's a way to hide the way he's taking this whole coronavirus thing. As we know, we are in quarantine, and all the countries can't allow to go out from their country. Donald Trump is trying to open the borders of the United States in order to be able to return to the economy level that he has before the pandemic started. That means that international trade can be increased, and people can consume that the way it used to be before, like restaurants will be open, malls, cinemas, all the things of that, over the things. And that means that the economy is going to increase like a lot. But also he's giving that announcement because he wants to hide the way that he is taking this whole coronavirus thing, because he is being so irresponsible, and everyone is criticizing him because he's not taking the preventions way that he used to be taking, like taking prevention. And he's so sure that he's going to open the borders of his country. So he's going to become a world power that he used to be before the pandemic started. He's going to get ahead to other countries and prove that United States is better. He also plans to publicize new guidelines that indicate to the state that they can end social distance and live up confinement. This should be an important and unifying marker in the fight against the disease, but it actually isn't. But the governors of the states are disagree with that because they know that people is not ready to get back their normal lives. It also can be counterproductive since they could increase the cases of coronavirus, and it will be worse because in that way they could will take longer to return to the normal life. So that means that quarantine can get extended so more, and the number of people that has that virus can increase. We will be back. It's amazing what's going on, Donald Trump says. Tomorrow will be a big day. We will have some vacancies that will exceed our expectations and will be safe, Donald Trump added. The political context of Trump's is important because he supports report. He is supported and also is including CNN that nothing will lead the president away from his desire to open the country on May. But he is so sure that by May 1st, United States border is going to be open. The country is going to work the same way that it used to work before the social distance started. But the thing is that he's only thinking about himself, about the economy and be on the first place or ahead of the other countries, and he's not thinking about the persons because citizens are in a huge danger because pandemic is not over and the cases will increase, and you just know. Also, doctors warn that there are lack of hospitals and they are coming more and more people that wants to diagnose the sickness, and they are not sure what is the exactly number of people with the disease. So that is going to affect the rest of your population.
Hi, welcome to the Sport News section. In today's news program, we have the NFL draft, the high school sports pushed up bounce by the pandemic, the return of the Italian league, the New England Patriots draft pick up Justin Rushweiser will cover a tattoo of right-wing military group of Simon. We start with the NFL draft. The Roger Goodell NFL commissioner did not get any hugs from the players selected at the NFL draft this year, but the traditional draft day Bullbears still made it onto the broadcast. Over 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, NFL was without some of its usual pomp and pivot instead to embrace human moment. It stood as a reminder of why sports are so important to part of the American culture. The day one, when the top pick, the Heisman Trophy winning Louisiana State quarterback Joe Burrow, was selected to the head to start the NFL draft. The high school sports pushed up of bounds by the pandemic. The cancellation of the Texas State basketball tournament hit a small town hard and reflected the wave of spring sports shutdowns in more than 150 states during normally busy playoff season. The girls' basketball team at Grover High School in Texas Panhandle won its first title in early March. A week later came the boys' opportunity in this tiny agriculture community where 400 acres of corn on the school farm finance college scholarships and sports provide a galvanizing sense of identity. Well, witchers packed along Broadway Street at dawn and waved as the Greyhounds teams but rallied towards San Antonio on 10 hour trip to the state semifinals, providing escorts were police cruisers and fire trucks. Their flashing and procession of semi-trailers and galloping riders carrying flags on horsebacks. The last next we have the English football news. We run the real risk of losing many famous football clubs. It could destroy the integrity of the competitions we love as football supporters. Ultimately, the crisis may threaten the very existences of our football clubs if sufficient action is not taken. My concern is that we might have double figures of tubes that go to the wall. This that what I said was published by the director of the Premier League. And for the last, the New England Patriots draft pick Justin Rocher will cover a tattoo of right-wing military group symbol. The 159 overall pick of the 2020 draft found himself clouded in controversy for a past tattoo that mirrors the symbol of the three percentage of organization. And finally, the last notice that we have is the football player of the University of Louisiana was shot in a in a car accident. Apparently, he died, and this makes a lot of controversy in the college, in the high schools, and all that has to be with the football program that we have. The authorities makes her best efforts to count the responsible for why this player was killed. And these are the all the news that we have for sports. Thank you.
Hi, today I'm going to be giving you tips and ideas of things you can do while staying indoors. The first thing is Netflix party. You can do this with your friends. You only need a computer and to share the link with your group chat, and there you go. You're gonna be having a Netflix party. All of you are gonna be seeing the same movie at the same time, and you can make comments. The second thing is a photo shoot. Most of you that don't have professional photos can take photos with your phones, and you can take a mirror outside and do wonderful photos while staying indoors, obviously in your house, in your backyard. Please don't go to parks. The second thing is, well, playing your favorite game or reading a book. You can do this while staying away from people and being safe. Now is the perfect timing to stay updated with your fandoms and with your favorite series. You can discover a bunch of stuff like music and how to cook or learn a new language. Now we have free time for everything we always wanted to do but didn't have time to. Don't limit your mind, just don't go outside and it's gonna be fine. We only have a few months of quarantine left, and I know we can all make it through, but please stay healthy with this next video that my partner is gonna show you.
Hey guys, I'm Veronica and I'm gonna show you really easy exercises you can do at home easily. So, okay, the first one is you get on the floor, then you're gonna raise your legs. Raise your legs, and you're gonna do that for 30 seconds, and then you can have a 5-second rest. Then you're gonna do the same, but when you raise it, you're gonna clap. Okay, you do that for 30 seconds as well. Then you're gonna get on a plank position, then you're gonna go the left side, my side, and you do that for 30 seconds as well, and then you're gonna get in this position and then go side by side, and you do that for 30 seconds. Okay, then you're gonna get on a plank position again and stay for 30 seconds as well. All the exercises we're doing are for 30 seconds. So really quick exercise and really easy. And then after the plank, you're gonna get on a plank position again, and then going up and down, up and down. Okay, then in this position, and then stay. And for 30 seconds as well. Then we are doing this for 30 seconds as well. And at this point you're gonna be really tired, so you can do this. And a tip is, before starting, like, warm your body, and when you finish, do that too, because you can get get injured, and obviously you don't want that. So make sure you do that and drink water. Okay, and we're gonna get in this position and touch your toes. Okay, great. And then get on a plank position again, and for 30 seconds, and then do the up and down again for 30 seconds, and that's basically it. So it's really easy, but you can get tired really easy, but it's a good exercise for your body.